create. Customer means the client who is implementing SAP. You have to check with them accordingly. You will be creating this many number of account groups. Okay, enter and save. Okay, this is number one. Now if I want the numbers to be generated, so whenever I am creating a vendor, system will generate a vendor number. Every time if I want to create a domestic vendor, system will generate a vendor number. System will generate a number for the foreign vendors, for intercompany vendors, for service vendors. So if I want a unique number to be used, if I want the system should use numbers from, let's say, 1 to, I have to see which numbers are available first, otherwise system will not take those numbers. Let me try. So this is where you create the number ranges. Create the number ranges for the vendor accounts. Okay, so if I go for intervals, you can see these are the intervals which are already created by the users who are working on this system. Okay, there are a lot of number ranges you can see. Okay, so we have to create the number ranges. So I'm clicking on new, or I can use the existing number range which is already used. Let's take this example. See, you can see someone has already created number range Y1. In Y1, the numbers will start from 7000 to 7999. And then Y8, which is start with 3000 to 300599. So what I'll do is, instead of creating my own unnecessarily including more number ranges here, I will use Y1, Y8 and Y9. So what I'll do is, I'll tell the system for domestic, I will use Y1, okay, and for foreign I will use Y8, for internal I will use Y9, and for service vendors also I will use Y1. Okay, because I want to use 3 number ranges. If I want, I can create the 4th number range and I can provide the numbers. How to create a number range? Maybe I'll show you one. So in order to create a new number range, yes.
Vikram, Y1 is external, right? So you might have to manually enter.
Yes,
it.
Exactly. I'll come to that. I'll explain you what is internal and what is external. So if you want to create a new number range, you can click on this plus button. Okay, and the first line itself will be blank line where you need to enter the information. So for example, Y1 is created, Y8 is created, so Y2 is blank. I'm using Y2. These numbers which I'm using, they must be the unique numbers. They must not be used anywhere else till now. Okay, so for example, let me see if I am able to use number from 1 to 100. Okay, press enter. See, if the numbers are already used, you can see there is an error without overlaps. These numbers are already overlapping. This number 1 to 100 is already used by another number range. System will not allow you to do the overlapping. And that is the reason I have to provide the unique numbers. So Y2, I cannot take 1 to 100. Let me try this 8000 to 8999 if possible. Again, I'm getting the same error. So even this is overlapping. Okay, maybe let me try 300700 to 300799. Even this is overlap. This is a problem. So when you are working on this system, most of the numbers are already used. Okay, and that is the reason you have to find out the numbers which are not used till now. Okay, so what I can do is I can reduce the numbers from here and I can use those two.
I think that X1 we can try, if you want the X1, because that's from 7 series to 7.2 series finishing. We can start from 7.3 to 7.5 or something. That might not overlap.
Yes. Maybe I already changed this, so let's use this. So what I'll do is I'll copy this here Okay, and this is from 100 onwards. Okay, and I'll keep it till 199. This will definitely work because I bifurcated one number range to multiple ones. So 199. Okay, so now you are not getting any error message. If you press enter, if you are getting overlap, it will throw error. If there is no overlap, then you will not get a message. So you can see this is how I can create a new number range. I can provide the from number, to number, okay, and then the last field is related to external or internal. What is the meaning of external and internal is when you say this number is external, when you say this number range is external, you have to manually provide the number. While creation of vendor, you have to provide the number, and but that number should be between this range. Okay, you have to provide the number, but that number should be between this range. System will not automatically take the next number. When you say internal, when you don't take this, it means it is an internal. Internal means system will automatically take the next number. Okay, so normally most of the times we keep it as internal. Okay, let's save it now. So this is how our number ranges are created. What we need to do is we need
Hello.
to assign this number ranges to the vendor account groups. Yeah, Akshay.
So if it is external, we can take any number irrespective of sequence, correct?
Exactly. If it is external number, you have to provide the number, and it can be without sequence, but it should be within the number range.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so but just creating the number range is not enough. We need to assign this number ranges to the groupings that we created. So which groupings we created? We created RDO1. You can see by default the number range is not assigned. We have to define the number range. So let's say I'm saying Y1. For foreign, I'm saying Y8. For Indian, sorry, intercompany, we are saying Y9. And for service vendors, the one that we created is Y2. Okay, so this is where you need to assign the numbers. What will happen now is whenever I'll be creating a vendor under the domestic vendor group, under this RD01, system will take the numbers, the next number available under Y1. Okay, so looking at the number itself, I can categorize that this vendor belongs to the domestic vendors. Looking at the number itself, I can determine that the number is belonging to the foreign vendors. Right? Let's try to save it. So this is enough. If you are working on ECC system, this much configuration was enough to create a vendor master data, right? Using this much master data, you were directly going to transaction XK01 or FK01, MK01, and you were providing the vendor account group. But now the problem is, if I go to transaction XK01 or VK01, sorry, MK01 or FK01, system is not asking me the vendor account group. It is asking me BP grouping. Is system asking you vendor account group here? System is not asking you vendor account group. System is asking you BP grouping. This is BP grouping. You will not be able to see the vendor account groups that we created just now. So RDO1, RSER, and all others that we created, they will not appear here. Right? You can see those are not appearing here. So there is extra effort required now in the configuration. What we need to do is same vendor account groups that we created, we also need to create them as BP groupings also. Okay, 4 vendor account groups we created. We need to create 4 BP account groupings also. Then only system will be able to differentiate different kinds of vendors, right? So where are we going to create the BP groupings? Again, I'll go to configuration. So SPRO. IMG. Now BP groupings are not available in MM or SD or any component. It is available in cross application components. You have to go to cross application components, and here you would be able to see SAP Business Partner. Okay, go to SAP Business Partner. Within SAP Business Partner, you have to again go to the Business Partner, basic settings. Okay, within basic settings, you can see number ranges and groupings. Open this number ranges and groupings, and you can see define the groupings and assign the number ranges. This is where you need to create the BP groupings. Okay. But again, this BP groupings also you need to assign to the number range. But this number range again is not same. BP number range and vendor number range. These are two different number ranges. Okay, so before you go to the BP grouping, let's try to create the number ranges. Okay, or maybe you can use the number ranges which are already available. Let's do that. I will first create the BP groupings and I'll use the number ranges which already exist. For example, I will go with BD itself. So what I'll do is new entry. First grouping I want to create, I will keep same RDO1. Second one is RFOR. Third one is RIN1. And fourth one is RSER. Okay. Short name, this is domestic. This is foreign. This is intercompany. And this is service. Okay, if you want full form, you can write RECH. This is for RECH. This is also for RECH. This is also, so this is description. This you can decide what you want to, what makes you comfortable. Okay, you means your customer. You have to propose this to your customer. Customer will tell you whether this is okay or they want some changes in the short name and the description. Okay, number range, I will go with BD. I'm assigning the same number range to each grouping because I want to show you another scenario. Okay, this is done. Let's try to save it. So now once this new BP groupings are created, if you try to create a new organization, if you try to create a new vendor, this new BP groupings will appear here now. If you go to R, you can see RD01, RDO1, RE, sorry, this is not ours. So RD01, RFOR, RIN1, and RSER. These are the four BP groupings that we created just now. Why it is blank? Because we have not entered the description. If you want, you can enter the description. That description will also appear here. So you can copy this and you can paste it here. If you want to copy all, if you try like this, it will not work. So you need to see Control Y. You need to press Control Y. This plus sign will appear. Then you can select all together. Control C and Control V. Okay, save it. If you go to your BP screen once again, okay, click on new organization, and here RD, you can see RD01, RFOR, RIN1, and RSER. Okay, now let's assume I am selecting this domestic RECH.
Are you there, Vikram?
I think we are unable to hear Vikram.